Welcome to Tournament Los Angeles for a fresh match here in R21. Kicking it off in the northern position, playing yellow, playing GDI. This is BartJones. Meanwhile, on the south side, playing that pink and Shadow Team rushing. Are you kidding me? Okay, we got to get through this. This is Masterleaf. Playing that Mark of Cain, playing that Shadow Team rush. What a great thing to see here in Tournament Los Angeles. In the first couple of moments of the game, getting that Shadow Team rush out onto the map. You love to see it. Even if it inevitably doesn't do very much, it really doesn't find any damage. You love to see a Shadow Team rush happen. There's that power plant. Sniped very nicely. Second power plant ready. Second set of Shadow Teams not here right in the perfect moment. So it will be the Watchtower. Not enough to actually kill off the Shadow Teams. Bomb it, bomb it. There we go. And that is going to be another power plant down, but a third power plant gets deployed just in time. The Harvester comes off the line. Masterleaf's income is definitely suffering a bit from this Shadow Team rush. Another power plant goes down, and the MCV is packed up and on the move. BartJones is going to put himself back into that power zone, and as his APCs come on out, he is going to be hoping that the Shadow Team rush is over. Shadow Teams are going to dive in, hoping for one more kill, one more power plant. They get caught up in some weird way. I don't know what that was. I think they got caught kind of on the geometry of trying to kill that power plant. Oh, no, they're coming back in from the other side. More Shadow Teams going for another power plant. Low power mode city, apparently, for BartJones. And, of course, you try to wing your way to safety, but that's where the Pitbull actually lands a couple of shots. MCV has stuck around at the main base, so good choice by Masterleaf. Apparently, we'll see if it actually pans out as the game goes later. BartJones, his average income is around 4K per minute, and Masterleaf's was hanging around 2.5K. So I think he is going to be catching up, but not necessarily as strong of an opening as he would like. And once again, the power plant, it takes a little bit of damage, but it doesn't actually go down. So the Shadow Teams come in, the power plant takes a little bit of damage, but the Shadow Teams are going to be able to escape on foot. I love Pitbull trying to shoot infantry versus trying to shoot aircraft, because aircraft, the shots always land. But he's shooting behind him, trying to hit these infantry. He's so bad at hitting infantry. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. I feel like I've never seen them shoot backwards like that. That's so incredibly goofy. I don't know that I've seen them shoot backwards. Definitely not this much. Is this normal? I feel like that's not normal, because as soon as he stops, it reorients and the rockets are firing the right way. Incredibly goofy. And a Harvester snipe. Masterleaf punishes the greed of BartJones and gets a snipe on the Harvester. The second Harvester, though, is going to be able to survive, at least for the current moment. And this game is getting so incredibly goofy. A power plant does get sniped there, but I just want to live in the moment of enjoying that backwards firing Pitbull. We're almost repeating history here. We're back in the top right corner of the map, and we are back with this Pitbull chasing these Shadow Teams and shooting in the wrong direction. Masterleaf has not expanded, but that's okay because BartJones also hasn't expanded. Very goofy game. We are in full-on goofball mode. And it might be a replay bug. I mean, I guess if the shots aren't landing, if the shots aren't doing damage to anything, then I guess, it doesn't matter where they land. if they're not doing damage to anything. And finally, these shadow teams will get cleaned up there. All right, BartJones is going to be pushing across the map. He is going for the kill. He's bringing Predator tanks. He's bringing his MCV, and it's being watched by the good brother Fountain over there. And it is going to be a couple of Reckoners right onto the front line. Reckoners with rockets inside of them getting repaired by a War Factory. Not something you see very often. It's War Factory wars here with double Reckoner, triple rockets inside of the Reckoners, and these rockets need to hop on inside of that Reckoner to be safe from the Watchtower blasting away at them. Predator tanks, they might need to just start shooting those harvesters. I guess he's got stealth harvesters, so he will need some way to reveal them when they're not on the dock, but he could try to go for the kill on the harvesters when they're on the dock. But yeah, no pit bull means that those harvesters out in the field are safe. And at the dock, that is where they are most protected. Fanatics coming out onto the map. Panic Fanatics from Masterleaf going to be cutting down these Predator tank numbers. The Watchtowers are still here, and they've got that consistent DPS, but they're just slow, so slow to actually kill anything that I'm not sure their consistent DPS is going to make much of a difference at all. Yeah, deployed Reckoners. I'm not sure if they've always been repaired by War Factories or if it's just one of those things that you don't see very often. I don't know what that Harvester is doing. He's trying to escape the frontline battle, but he's finding himself right there on the front line. And one Predator tank hanging out behind this upgraded power plant in the one spot that he can't be seen. And shooting a power plant, but I guess he's actually force-fired on the ground and is doing no damage at all. I'm not sure what's going on. MCV sold off? I don't know even what happened, but BartJones may have actually just sold off his MCV there. No, he's backed up back here to the natural expansion, and I guess from here, it just turns into a normal game? Definitely not a typical game, but I guess a normal game in this case. Harvester's getting hunted. Masterleaf loses one Harvester as he tries to transition into his natural expansion. And the Reckoner will deploy double rockets inside of that Reckoner, so we will be able to pick off some of these pit bulls. Won't get the kill on everything, but he will be able to pick off a couple of pit bulls. And everything else might be driven away by these reinforcements coming in from Masterleaf. More and more Reckoners. What is this goofy Reckoner stuff that he's going for? And he also got Dozer Blades on the Reckoner, so they are tougher than they otherwise would be. One of those things, you always forget that Reckoners actually get the Dozer Blade upgrade as well. But you rarely see that actually come into play. This has to be a refinery, right? Okay, yeah, he's got the refinery drop at the natural. And a fully heroic rocket squad inside of one of these Reckoners, still at full health. Refinery gets deployed at the natural for both players. And very neck and neck in the income. Masterleaf currently ahead in the income per minute, but in total resources gathered, BartJones has a slight advantage. So in the end, both of these guys on pretty even footing as we head into our natural expansions. But, what a weird opening for this game. I guess we're going to transition into just a normal match after this, but what a weird first couple of minutes to for all of us to enjoy. Fully heroic rockets doing some heavy lifting. And Pitbulls sneaking in the back line. Going to be a couple of rockets to push them away. Maybe some more Panic Fanatics, but rockets are going to be the choice. And 3 Pitbulls, they do not kill Harvesters quickly, so they tried, but ultimately they're not going to be able to do very much. And this one Awakened squad may actually kill this Predator tank. See, at least the Predator's firing in the correct direction. He's completely missing every shot by a mile, but maybe that's only a kilometer there, not quite a mile. But that Awakened squad just charging towards the enemy base. I will kill you. If he gets it, he's a hero. Oh, the EMP lands, but the APCs come in. Tragedy strikes at the last moment there. Tier 3 gets deployed. And I mean, we have to, of course, take another look at that moment. So, Hammerhead goes down, but that Awakened squad, he gave it his all. He was really trying. He wanted to get the kill. By the way, bikes swinging around the right side of the map. There's a decent number of bikes. I guess we could go back to the game now. Decent number of bikes that don't actually commit into the attack. Double refinery, and look at that. We got the Tib chemical plant. Only $1,000 in the bank for old Leafy Boy, but I assume that his bank account's going to balloon a little bit, so he'll have enough cash for those one-clicks. But depending on what you're doing, you know, you could be dropping 5 or 7 grand pretty quickly, calling in some of those one-clicks. I guess he also probably wants it for Seed Tiberium, which is, you know, pays for itself very, very quickly. Full load of blue Tiberium from the middle of the map. Bikes on the north side might get themselves a free harvester. There are a couple of hammerheads here, so killing off hammerheads would also be nice if Masterleaf manages to find that. Bikes coming in. And harvester goes down. Trades out for 1 bike. Always happy with that. Always happy to take that trade. And not so much 1 bike now. Bikes do have Tib Core, so they at least get that extra damage out, but Masterleaf will send them into the abyss. BartJones decides to take Masterleaf's 3rd instead of his own. Maybe we'll do one of these swap-aroos that we sometimes see with the 3rd base. Vertigos are heading out for Masterleaf. Stealth tank gets sniped, but not before he gets the kill on that hammerhead. Vertigo bombers looking for a target. I guess they just go for the harvester. Ooh, not quite getting the splash damage, but they do get the kill on that harvester. A nice snipe by Masterleaf. Marv comes out onto the map. Double engineer, but not the primo spots that you want. The 2 zone troopers typically go in first, and then the engineer afterwards. Where's the zone trooper going? Where is he sending that zone trooper? 1 sonic emitter versus 2 avatars. Sonic emitter maybe going for some harvesters. Would be nice if he picked up a couple of harvester kills. Masterleaf snipes another harvester on the refinery. Again, what is this zone trooper doing? Juggernaut has made its way to the front line. Double sonic emitter on the front line. 1 obelisk for the defense. Vertigos get the snipe on that Juggernaut. Nicely done. BartJones going to try and keep this front line harassing his opponent for as long as possible, but he's got 1 sonic emitter left, and a lot of his reinforcements have already fallen by the wayside. Where's that Marv? Oh, Marv is Marvestein up here. He's not actually participating in the fight. He's just hanging out in the north. I kept expecting that Marv to show up in the fight, but it's way far away. Juggernaut gets sniped. Yeah, no support for that Juggernaut, and now there's 2 obelisks here, which, you know, 1 sonic emitter, it can try as much as it wants to try and defeat 2 obelisks, but it's just not going to be an easy task. Another Juggernaut snipe comes in here, this time courtesy of those stealthy boys. Stealth tanks come in, they go for the snipe of the Jug, and now they're going to go for the kill of the Husk. That harvester is not supposed to be there. He is auto-harvesting to a very dangerous location. Vertigo bombers are here. Sell-off of that sonic emitter right as the EMP would have landed. BartJones almost had a fantastic push here, but I'm not so sure that it's really working out how he wants. He is Marvesting away this field up here, but he just doesn't have much of a front line left. Another harvester going to start cleaning up where that Tib spike used to be. Avatars and obelisks trying to clean up what remains of this base. And now BartJones is he goes AA battery. Okay, Marv is making its way. Marv is making its way down. BartJones is going to be looking for a little bit more staying power with that Marv to actually keep this front line attacking. Avatar's going to back up. Vertigo's? Okay, Vertigo's coming in for the kill. Oh, the Harvesters have already evac'd to the third over here. Masterleaf has his own third base set up. BartJones' Marv saves his push. And Masterleaf, he's unsure of what to do. He's not sure. I mean, if these Vertigos could have been pounding away at the Marv, they could have taken a big chunk of that health away, but now there's not much on the ground left. So Masterleaf gets pushed away from his natural expansion, but I think he's going to be somewhat okay with that. Ooh, I love the Orca Strike on top of the air support tower. Those things have so little health. Not enough to take it out. Okay, it still survives with like 40% health. Good to know. And stealth tanks swing into the natural. One Harvester at least going down. Heavy damage on the refinery. Blue Tiberium snuck into that Harvester. Marv gets EMP'd. Can he keep up the EMPs, though? Vertigo Bomber returns back over top. Avatar's getting some good shots. This is a triple engineer Marv, though, so it does have some pretty healthy survivability. Some pretty healthy health bars. MCV takes a lot of damage, and Masterleaf finding his stride here against BartJones. One more volley on the MCV. One more volley on the MCV. Marv is trying to keep the front line active. Gonna be able to snipe a couple of these power plants. Might be annoying for Masterleaf. And it is enough to send him into low power mode, sniping that upgraded power plant. Could also get the operations center, kind of reset the tech tree a little bit here. Orca Strike comes in the north. Avatar is going toe-to-toe with this Marv, but the longer this... Well, okay, if an EMP chain can land, then this Marv suddenly is a lot less useful. But if the Marv can escape with those triple engineers, he can heal up. Stealth tanks and Vertigos all coming together. It is a concert of attacks, courtesy of Masterleaf, and he will find the damage to put this Marv in the dirt, and the GG gets called. BartJones will tap out of the game. A chaotic one for sure, with some goofy moments from both players, but mostly goofy moments from those Pitbulls. Welcome back to Toxicity. This map we have seen once or twice before, but we get to see it yet again. Sticking as GDI, playing yellow, this is BartJones. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, playing that orange, playing Marked of Cain once again, this is Masterleaf. Masterleaf versus BartJones. It's been working out well for us as viewers in terms of entertainment value, but Masterleaf getting the upper hand in that last game. It took him a little while. He got tossed around. His footing was unsure, but eventually he did manage to get the win. And no Shadow Team rush this time. We were all hoping we would see some more goofiness, but this time it's no Shadow Team rush, and BartJones will certainly be happy about that. 2 tip spikes on this map. Very vertical kind of layout. You expand very quickly, to the south. Pretty short walk to your natural expansion, but then getting down to that third, it takes a lot longer if you're moving your MCV down there. I mean, sure, if it's a multi-MCV play, then that changes things. And if you're playing Scrin, the terrain is less of a pain to deal with. But for GDI and Nod, man, that natural expansion is close, and that third base is pretty far away. 2 tip spikes is nice. Defensive turret in the middle of the map. And, well, those riflemen inside of those APCs, they're always having to contend with the early game awakened squads. And maybe the EMP control center will be grabbed. Masterleaf should have no shortage of EMPs available to him, but maybe BartJones will be wanting that EMP to be able to help snipe those vertigos. You know, if you get those vertigos with an EMP blast, that's pretty impressive, but also that's a lot of damage that you don't have to deal with anymore. Big eco plays from them both. Lots of harvesters right here at the start of the game. I assume third refineries are coming up first, but yeah, all right, at least for BartJones. And no, it's Operations Center, okay. So Masterleaf, he's going heavy enough into the harvesters, but he is going Operations Center and Hand of Nod as well. So his plan is a mystery to me, but he is going for an emissary. Not something we see very often. MCV repositioning a little bit here for BartJones. BartJones leading the income graph by just a smidge. Double rockets. Okay, Tib troopers after that. We shall see. Reckoner, it's not a Reckoner rush. This is a natural expansion Reckoner, and he won't get super deep. He won't get super close to those harvesters. Fortunately, there is no war factory on the front line providing those repairs and blocking sight lines. So this Reckoner, okay, well, now the Reckoner does have some blocked sight lines as BartJones goes into low power mode. BartJones is going to have to find a tough time actually doing any real damage with that Reckoner. Or Masterleaf is going to find a tough time doing any damage with that Reckoner. Going for more harvesters behind this. And with the sight lines blocked, the harvesters are pretty safe. Pick command post gets deployed. Second Reckoner, yeah, this is the play. Double, oh, he brought the emissary all the way out here. Outpost gets deployed and the war factory is here. The laser fence as well. We are back in Gooftown, USA, and this first Reckoner was supposed to team up with the Reckoner that has the Tib Trooper inside of it, because the Tib Troopers, for those of you who don't know, make vehicles move slowly. Yes, that Predator tank isn't just going slow on his own, and so that combination can be really powerful. 2 Reckoners, 3 rockets, and 1 Tib Trooper in a Tib field can slow down harvesters and chop them in half. But when one of the Reckoners gets caught way far away, this is what the game turns into. Beam cannons on the front line, and back home, Masterleaf is putting a lot of resources into this. His main base is about to expire, and his income is sitting at plus 12. Not quite on par with the plus 18 of BartJones. So Masterleaf either needs to get his own economy online, or he needs to shut down BartJones' economy as the beam cannons try to stay out of range of those shatterers, and the Reckoners get eaten away at, but they're still standing on the front line. Another Reckoner gets another kill. I don't know what that decoy army was. It expired almost immediately, and now a sonic emitter is here. A great angle on these Reckoners to do lots of splash damage, and the beam cannons aren't here in high enough numbers that they just instantly melt things. So they're firing away, but this is not the beam cannon melterino that we see sometimes in the past. Double sonic emitter. This is now that much harder for Masterleaf to deal with. It looks like back home he's got another harvester or another refinery up, so his economy is going to be recovering behind this. BartJones is 15k total resources gathered ahead, which is why you're seeing sonic emitters and juggernauts and another war factory from BartJones, and Masterleaf is kind of petering out here on the front line. Beam cannons could still get some good damage done. They're going to burn down this war factory if nothing else. I mean, they might be able to snipe either the tech or maybe go for another refinery, but They will piece on out of here. Okay, never mind. They're turning back around. Yeah, burn down a... Sure. Get as much value as you can, I guess. These juggernauts are still just trying to get this one reckoner, which seemingly has infinite HP. Another harvester does go down. BartJones has definitely lost more harvesters than he would have liked. Another shatterer goes down as well. Masterleaf has just done so much with those reckoners, but I don't know that it was enough. It definitely bought him time. He has chewed up half of that Tiberium field on the other side of the map, and the stealth field at the last moment. Oh, that's an amazing escape, getting the stealth on those beam cannons as this one rifleman hunts for those beamy boys. They're going to go for the burn of the Shatterer. They get the Shatterer. They could get the Predator tank potentially as well, but they might want to go for the Harvester instead. And yeah, that blue Tiberium Harvester is like, I'm gonna look and wait a couple of moments until my friends get here. Where are those beams going? Where are those beams going? They're playing a dangerous game. Masterleaf has recovered his economy, but does he have enough cash in the bank and enough of an army out on the field to actually stop BartJones's Juggernaut army slowly marching its way towards the front line? One obelisk is up, and the MCV is now deployed for BartJones. Refinery goes down. Juggernauts can be tough to stop. Stealth tank sneaks in on the north side. Pitbull is there for the detection, but the stealthy tanks do escape for now. Stealth tanks, we've seen them change the face of a game, especially when they go heroic. They're going to be able to get the snipe on that husk. That engineer is now looking a little bit silly, looking a little bit useless, and Vertigo's coming in. Vertigo's will be able to get the kill on one Juggernaut. Engineer is there right away to get the heal up on that Juggernaut husk, and the front line is pushing further forward. Operations Center gets sniped. Masterleaf has lots of harvesters full of Tiberium. Not a lot of spaces to refine it at. Tib core being upgraded, a critical upgrade. Juggernaut barely survives, but he can't stop the Vertigo as another engineer pops out just in time, and another Juggernaut gets sniped at the same time. The husk goes down. The other husk does get recovered. Masterleaf trying desperately to get every bit of value out of every one of his units, and it just might not be enough. The parade push continues across the map. No, it's really just riflemen. I saw some dots moving across. I thought it was reinforcements, but actually BartJones doesn't have much coming behind to back up this army. Another husk gets sniped, and Masterleaf is now going to be able to snipe the last Juggernaut husk on the front lines. And okay, one more Juggernaut is here, but suddenly that artillery army that was keeping BartJones's attack alive and moving is gone. Vertigos come in. Quick kill of a Juggernaut. The engineer is nearby, but keeping those Juggernauts numbers low is so critical to Masterleaf actually surviving this moment. Even if a couple of Vertigos end up going down, that's okay. Pitbull gets sniped, tries to split the rockets, and I mean he does, but he just not enough to actually get the kill. If these Juggernauts could actually stay alive long enough, this base would be leveled. Vertigo and a Pitbull going, or Juggernaut and a Pitbull going down, but both of the Vertigos die on exit. 2 air towers worth of Vertigos, or 2 air towers constantly pumping out Vertigos for Masterleaf. Power plant comes in for the body block. Watchtower with AP ammo versus quad shredder turret with supercharged particle beams. Stealth tank. This one stealth tank has gotten so much value for Masterleaf. Vertigos coming in. This is 4 Vertigos, more than enough to clean up the Juggernauts that are here. Okay, there's a second Juggernaut on the map. A couple of engineers are standing by. Vertigos come in. Second wave of Vertigos. They're going to get the Engineer as well. The War Factory collapses, but the Stealth Tank finally goes down. The Juggernauts get sniped, and now there are beam cannons charging up this obelisk. It's like the only thing that's left on the front line is this obelisk. There is an Avatar as well, and BartJones' War Factory collapse. So do his Juggernaut lines, and he's going to be hanging on to hope with the help of this Sonic Emitter. He gets the kill on the Avatar as it tries to walk its way away. This Obelisk of Light getting healed up inch by inch from near death. That health bar is just growing longer and longer. One more Stealth Tank does manage to sneak out, and this is a two-base game for sure between these two players. Vertigo Bombers circling overhead, and this MCB is going to die in an instant. It doesn't even need the Vertigos to come in, as Vertigo Bombers will once again seemingly be the salvation of Masterleaf. One Vertigo does die to a rocket squad trying to push the front line forward. Oh, BartJones coming so close to being able to push this game into his favor, but it just isn't enough. That last little bit was needed, and he wasn't able to make it happen.